Hello there, my friend. Welcome to the fire. Got a story here that reminds us that sometimes adventure comes from the most unexpected of situations. Unexpected improv leads to fantastic side quest conclusion. r/RPG glory stories posted by Raz the Ninja. Hi friends, long story incoming. I've been DMing D&D 5th edition for about roughly 5 years now, and since then I've run the same consistent world for my players since day one when I started college. We are very roleplay / story heavy, and we started together when I was first dipping my toes as a D&D neophyte. When I started, I overplanned a lot and would always be terrified when players came up with something I was not prepared for. Nevertheless, the philosophy I learned from all those DM tips videos I obsessively watched on YouTube was that it was almost always better to just go with it. Now that we've been playing for years, I want to tell the story of how the unexpected led to some of the most long-standing lore and experiences our team had experienced. Boquin and Zard, this one goes to you guys. While DMing, I once had the party run into an ogre blacksmith who turned out to be a human cursed into ogre form. Dude's name was Vance. Nice guy, but kind of a recluse. He just wanted to be left alone with his son out in the woods, hiding from the rest of the world, waiting to get revenge on the bastard that cursed him. He passed the time smithing for the hell of it, and by the time they met him, he had amassed a rather sizable armory that wasn't being put to any good use. The party later helped Vance stave off an attack by assassins sent by the guy who had cursed Vance in the first place. His cave / blacksmith dwelling became the party's go-to hangout spot and personal smithing source soon after. Fast forward a few plot threads later, the party came across a small human village in a forest adjacent to the one Vance lived in. They were being attacked by a band of savage bugbears led by a murderous Sasquatch almost every night for the past month. I figured, shit, the party'll kill off the squash and the bugbears, then be on their way, right? Wrong. Efforts did not simply fight the monsters, they riled up the villagers and persuaded them to fight alongside the party to eventually take down Big Bad Squash Guy, 7 Samurai style. Specifically, Party Monk punched his face off after Party Dragonborn lit him on fire with breath weapon. I figured, alright, that was awesome, and now it's over. They'll move on and get back to the main story hook. Once again, I was wrong. The party got invested in the village and decided, hey, there could still be worse monsters out there in the woods. We won't always be here to protect them. So somehow, through a few unexpectedly good rolls, the party convinced an entire village of people to trudge through the forest with them as escorts, while fighting off the beasties that laid within the woods, and eventually made their way to Vance's place, all the way in another effing forest. They eventually convinced Vance to let the villagers stay at his crib, and before you know it, a wholly new village formed around Vance's cave, its citizens armed to the teeth with expertly crafted weaponry and a big-ass ogre watching their backs. All the while, the newfound sense of community and family helped Vance come to terms with his being a freakish but charming ogre man and become more open to the outside world. We now have a new hub town named after the monk, turtle-style martial arts, and dragonborn who were key in taking down the Sasquatch and saving the villagers, called Dragon Turtle Village. And that is the story of how 2 completely unrelated side quests turn into something far greater than I ever could have imagined either of them could have been. Creative bastards. Well, I do agree that as a DM, you should be flexible. I also believe that having somewhat of a framework can be helpful. Flashcards, bullet points, and at least a bit of planning are a few of the things I always recommend. But if your adventurers do decide to go off the beaten path, just roll with it and have fun. And hey, you never know, you might still be able to shuffle in some of the stuff you had planned. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.